leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
You know. Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like...
What's going on, family, and welcome back to Shifting the Culture podcast. I am your host, Brother King Cam, and tonight we're going to be discussing J.Cole apologizes to Kendrick Lamar. J.Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar, and what does that mean for hip-hop culture? J.Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar, and what does that mean for hip-hop culture? But before we get into that topic tonight, family, I need the YouTube family to make sure that they smash the like button, make sure that they smash the subscribe button, and hit that bell so you can stay notified each and every time that we drop a video. I need the Facebook family to like and to share. I need Twitter. Shout out to Twitter. I need you to retweet, and shout out to my Instagram family. Just a couple of announcements before we get into it, though. I need y'all to hit the comment section. Let me know what city and state that you're tuning in from. Just a couple of announcements, though, that we want to get into tonight before we get into the topic. We moving the show to a 3-day show. All right, so we are going to be moving this to 3 days. So not only are we going to be having this discussion tonight, but Thursday we have another show, and then Saturday we have another show as well. So I wanted to just show y'all this because I'm actually getting a new flyer made. This is the old flyer. Right here. Let me just make this smaller. Okay. Well, matter of fact, just put it right here. All right. So this is the old flyer, and it just has the each and every Tuesday on there. We're gonna be updating that for Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I think I mentioned it on the last show, but just want to go over it again. We want to make sure that we pumping out this content. We want to make sure that we stand in front of the people. So I'm utilizing something different. So we're going to ramp up the amount of days that we actually doing a show, which I'm extremely excited about because I just love tapping in. Also, Thursdays is going to be reserved for kind of our book club. So what I'm going to be doing on Thursday is not only are we going to be doing live stream, but we also going to have a private stream for those people who are subscribed to our text list and part of the community. You're going to have access to the private stream, and in the private stream we're going to have an opportunity to give some feedback. We're going to have some opportunities to give some feedback. Kareem, brother Nathan, Kareem, you're going to have an opportunity to give some feedback based on the discussion. So we're going to be reading books, and we're going to have opportunity to give feedback. So that's what's going to be going on Thursday. I'm extremely excited about that one. So, yeah. But tonight, we're going to have this discussion and talk about what really happened. What's going on with this J. Cole apology. All right. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section as we load it up, because I'm going to actually play the J. Cole apology first so that we can have an opportunity to listen to J. Cole, so we can have it fresh in our minds. And then once we have it fresh in our minds, then we'll go over what he said and, all those different things. Because there's a lot of different, it's not a lot of different views on it. It's either people have one view on why he apologized, and then the other view on why he shouldn't have apologized. So we're going to talk about that. So let's go ahead and get this apology up. Is it that long? Can't be that long. I want to try to find the official apology though, because yeah, there's a lot of people giving commentary on this though. So, but let's see, because I want to get into it. So let's see if this is it right here. Let's see if this is the full joint. And Cole did it. Cole did it while it was at Dreamville too. You know, his signature festival. Signature J. Cole festival, Dreamville. He took that opportunity to apologize to Kendrick Lamar. So hit the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. What you've been hearing about this and everything like that. Up, here we go. Got him. All right, so let me get this up. And then we'll be able to check it out from here. So boom, let me do this. Bang, let me do that. Kendrick. All right, so we got Kendrick on the screen. Let me load this up like this. I bet. This is J. Cole. Oh, what I said, Kendrick on the screen. We got Cole on the screen. This is J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick. Dreamville Festival 2024. Check it out.
Except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime. Boom, 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 right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm going to take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I wanna now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I wanna do that for y'all right now.
The Dreamville boss also went on to say that
all right, y'all. So y'all heard it right there from Kendrick. All right, let me do this. Boom. I keep saying Kendrick. Why do I keep saying that, y'all? Why y'all keep letting me do that? Y'all heard that from J. Cole. right, we heard that from Cole. All right. We heard that from Cole. I don't know why I keep saying Kendrick because, I don't know. It's like, I went back and listened to both the tracks a couple of times. I listened to both joints. And I guess that's why I got Kendrick. It's just right on my dome right now because, he spit some heat. He spit some heat on that joint with Future. But listen, so y'all heard what Cole had to say. And he was very, very specific in the words that he used. He chose his words wisely around what he was talking about. And I just want to say this. For most people, I'm speaking for myself and I'm speaking for probably the rest of the students of hip hop. Somebody said no sound? Somebody said no sound? Hold on. There was no sound, Brother Nathan? Like you didn't hear J. Cole at all? Bam, did you hear J. Cole? Y'all let me know. Let me know in the comment section, did y'all hear the J. Cole apology? Oh man. He said there was no sound. Let me see. Yo, let me know, y'all. Brother said it was no sound. All right, let's run it back. My bad. Somebody said sound was really low. Okay. All right, let's run it back. Gotta run it back. Dang, because that's a crucial part of what's going on. That's crucial. Well, let me do this. Let me do this real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Cause this might make it a little bit better. And this might add a little twist to the show for a second. So let me do this. Boom. Hold on. I'm gonna get right with y'all in a second. But this was like I said, Cole was real calculated in the words that he used and how he approached the situation. So, and I think I'm speaking for the majority of the students of hip hop, the majority of the fans of hip hop who appreciate the foundational pillars of hip hop culture. Right? Because that's important. The foundational pillars of hip hop culture is important here. And there's some high powered people that said that they appreciated what Cole did. Right? Oh, hold on. Okay. So this is and I wanted to pull this up too because I wanted to give some context to what I was saying. So first, let me go ahead and play. We're gonna replay J. Cole's apology to Kendrick Lamar at Dreamville. And then once we do that, then we're going to what I wanted to say about the foundational pillars of hip hop. Okay. So let me pull this up. All right, y'all check this out. This is the apology from J. Cole to Kendrick Lamar after the diss track at Dreamville 2024.
So J. Cole has apologized for dissing Kendrick Lamar. What's up? It's Asia Sky for Hip Hop DX, and check this out. J. Cole has publicly apologized to Kendrick Lamar after dissing him on the track 7-Minute Drill while performing at Dreamville Festival this past weekend. Walking back his lyrics about Kendrick on the song that was released last week, Cole expressed regret about releasing the track.
Right? So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime, boom, 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 right? Niggas wanna see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I wanna now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I wanna do that for y'all right now.
The Dreamville boss also went on to say that he would be taking...
All right, so there we go. So y'all heard it the second time around. Everybody heard it the second time around. J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar. Now, let's look at this, all right? Because, like I was saying before, if I'm speaking for the students of hip-hop, the true fans of hip-hop, the foundational principles of hip-hop include rap battle. It includes battle rap. Now, battle rap and rap beef are two different things. I'm going to say that again. Battle rap and rap beef are two separate things. And what we was looking for from J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar was a rap battle, not rap beef. All right? We was looking for a rap battle, not rap beef. But people associate rap battles and rap beef to be one and the same. So when that happened, and then J. Cole apologizes, people saying, well, we appreciate the apology because we don't want to see any more rap beef. Which I agree with. I don't want to see no rap beef. Because we're going to list, we can talk about some rap beefs that, ended in violence, that ended in bloodshed. We're not talking about rap beef, though. We're talking about the foundational principles that hip hop is built on, which includes battle. And that's not just when it comes to rapping, but when you talk about DJing, you talking about beatboxing, and you talking about graffiti and even breakdancing. Those components that make up hip hop culture all included some type of back and forth or some type of battle. DJs used to battle. Y'all forgot about that. See, the students of hip hop don't know. I mean, the ones who are not students of hip hop don't know that DJs used to battle, but DJs actually used to have a battle. Who was the best DJ, right? Who was the best crowd controller? That's real. Then graffiti crews would battle to see who had the best artwork. Dance crews would battle to see who had the best moves. And rappers would battle to see who had the best lyrics. Who was the best lyricist? Who was the master of the art? So that in and of itself does not insinuate violence. That does not talk about beef. That's not, anything that would be detrimental. Anything that would be degrading hip hop. That's not what we're talking about. All right, that's not what we're talking about. So I'm gonna pull up this article, and I'm a little congested, family, because your brother decided to get in the lake a couple of days ago, and the lake was cold as I don't know what, and I think it shocked my body, sent me into some other stuff. So I got some little congestion going on. But look, I wanna read this right here. Boom, 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 boom. Because this is an article from Highs and Sobriety. Let me pull this up. And it's talking about diss tracks, right? So it said the last few weeks have seen a series of rap feuds make international headlines. First came Eminem's surprise album Kamikaze, which saw the seasoned battle rapper take aim at everyone from Vince Staples and Drake the Machine Gun Kelly and Tyler the Creator. Days later, Meek Mill and Drake finally squashed their long-running beef just days after Kanye apologized for his role in Pusha T's diss tracks. Then after ignoring what many perceived to be a series of sneak disses, Cardi B escalated her feud with Nicki Minaj by throwing a shoe at her during New York Fashion Week and then launching an Instagram attack. Okay. So those are just some of, some stuff that's been going on, that was recently happening at this particular time, because this obviously isn't recent. This was a couple of years ago. But look, check this out. So it's worth exploring how and when did the lyrical low blows and savage diss tracks become a rap staple? And how has the role of these beefs shifted in today's increasingly digital age? So this is important. All right, this is important right here. So it goes into some history. It was in the summer of 1973 that Cindy Campbell's desire to earn cash for a few new wardrobe additions drove her to throw a back-to-school block party. Campbell was low on funds, but determined to make it work. She drew up some graffiti-inspired invitations and looked within her own family when it came to hiring everything from catering to entertainment. Food and drinks were provided by her parents and her brother, a 16-year-old known first as Hercules, then DJ Kool Herc, both due to his height and physique, took to the turntables. More than 40 years later, this fateful night has been retrospectively dubbed the first ever hip-hop party. So you're getting into the pioneer stuff of hip-hop, right? And, man, Tariq Nasheed is going to actually be dropping a documentary soon called Microphone Check that goes into the origins of hip-hop. All right, so now you get into there was something different about DJ Kool Herc. He pioneered a DJ technique, which soon became a staple of hip-hop music. He played funk records but extended their instrumental segments, shouting out his friends over the beats and quickly switching to breaks in other tracks. Like many other MCs, he would also rap lines to the crowd, who in signature call and response style will rap them back, right? So you're talking about crowd control. Boom. So now you get into New York 1981 with Busy B, Starsky, known mainly for his comedy rhymes, was playing a set in Harlem World Christmas Celebration, which features some ish talking. Little did he know that one of artists he named, Kumo D, was also in the venue, and he wasn't about to let the diss slide. A respected lyricist and a member of the Treacherous Three, D slid on stage to deliver a freestyle response, which became one of the most famous moments in rap battle history. Again, this doesn't incite violence. In terms of rap beef, which relied on recorded disses as opposed to street battles, One of the first major examples is often accredited to Roxanne Shante. The criminally overlooked star spent her formative years in Queensbridge, a New York public housing complex, which also spawned legends like Nas and Mobb Deep. It was within these walls that she would hone her skills in impromptu rap battles, developing a reputation as one of the most furious lyricists in the building. Again, nothing violent, family. We're not talking about violence. We just talking about sparring. We talking about lyricism. We talking about seeing who's the best when it comes to impromptu raps or even written raps on wax. Okay, so that's what we discussing. That's what we discussing. So Roxanne Shante. So I'm giving y'all some background, some heavy background on hip hop. Okay. And where this stuff comes from. And I'm trying to show y'all it's not anything about being violent. So let me skip on down here. This success led to explosion in the popularity of diss tracks throughout the 1980s. Some of the best known diss tracks came from within the Juice Crew, of which Shante was also a member, but another legendary rivalry involved Kumo D and then emerging lyricist named LL Cool J. In 1987, D first accused LL of biting his flow, an accusation also made by MC Shan on Beat Biter, and took aim at his brag-heavy lyrics on How You Like Me Now. LL responded with Jack the Ripper, sparking a series of back-and-forth tracks, which have become iconic. Boy, and you can listen to all these tracks. Right here. This is the Kumo D versus LL Cool J joint right here. The majority of high-profile rap beasts and plenty more recent feuds were sparked by accusations of biting, or in other words, heavily borrowing from or just straight up copying another artist's style, flow, or beat. Some view it as a homage, and others see it as theft. To this day, it's a debate which is still ongoing. It's also worth remembering that beef can turn ugly. Although some feuds undeniably get personal, rap battles and diss tracks are an integral part of hip-hop culture. I'm going to say that part again, just for everybody in the back. All right? It's also worth remembering that beef can turn ugly. Although some feuds undeniably get personal, rap battles and diss tracks are an integral part of hip-hop culture. An integral part of hip-hop culture, which are largely done either for prize money or respect. It's competitive, but it's ultimately about skill. Okay? It's competitive, but it's ultimately about skill. So, that leads me to what I wanted to say about our brother J.Cole. Because understanding this context, understanding this background, knowing that rap battles and the competitive nature of rap battles is about showing your skill. And it's about establishing respect in the game. It's just like basketball. Like, you don't play basketball against yourself and then think that you're going to be the best. You have to compete with others. And in competition, when competing with others, or against others rather, then sometimes the exchanges get heated. Sometimes you talk trash. Sometimes it get a little physical. I'm talking about basketball, football, and things like that. But that's the competitive nature of the sport. And that is what allows you to establish your dominance. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's what allows you to establish your dominance. To let people know that you are true indeed about what's going on. So, let me shout out to the family. What's going on, brother Bam? That's my good brother right there. Shout out to my brother Nathan Fields. He always tapping in, always showing good vibes. Assalamu alaikum to Sister Desiree. How are you, ma'am? But Nathan said, hip-hop, let me put his comment on the screen. He says, hip-hop of the day has lost all knowledge of himself. The N-word, and the N-word that. Yeah, we know how you got hip-hop infiltration. Now, you know that. You know how hip hop been infiltrated. We already know that. So it's going it turned left. You feel me? And Brother Bam said it right here, bro. I didn't like to take your best shot. I'll take it on the chin comment. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is competition. That's like what I was saying with my analogy. When it comes to basketball or football or any sport, if we out there and I'm trying to show you that I'm the best team or I'm the best player, I'm not about to tell you, take your best shot, here's my chin, I'm wide open. That's not what I'm about to tell you. No, I'm coming because I'm coming for your chin. And if you coming for my chin, I'm going to do the best that I can to keep my chin tucked so you don't get my chin. You feel me? But it's all in the sport of competition, bro. It's all in the spirit of competition. We're not trying to kill each other. We're not trying to hurt each other. But we are trying to establish who is the best and who is the most dominant. That's just part of the game. That's just part of the game. Will Left Riz. What's up, Real? What you talking about? What you talking about? Am I a foundational black American? No, not a foundational black American, brother. I am an Asiatic black man. I'm an original man. The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. That's what I am, Brother Will. You know, Brother Will. Shout out for you tapping in too, good brother. You know, man, salute Tariq, you know, and the good things that they do in that whole FBA movement and stuff like that. But the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us, and it's been presented to us in our actual facts, you know, in our student enrollment, that we are the original people of the planet Earth, the Asiatic black man. So that's the language that I use. But getting back to J. Cole. So understanding that you got all this history that preceded what just happened with Cole and Kendrick. Okay? And knowing that battles, rap battles, are an integral part of hip-hop culture, right? So, and it's competitive and it's ultimately about the skill. So for those of us who are upset with Cole, because I'm one of those ones that's upset with Cole, we upset with Cole because we feel like you, brother, did not stand on that integral part of hip-hop culture, especially with you being a lyricist. Now, back then, you only had people aspiring to be lyricists. So, like, that was your goal. In the 80s, that was the goal. I'm trying to be a lyricist. I'm trying to put out the dopest lyrics, right? Now, in 2024, there's different pockets within hip-hop because you got trap music, you got drill music, you have, you know, artists who are lyricists, who are more lyrical, who are more punchline heavy, more metaphor heavy. So you got different pockets that exist within hip hop, and those artists who operate within those pockets have a different style, have a different flow. So your trap artists and those who create drill music are not your lyrical artists. They're not going to be the artists that's going to come with metaphors. They're not going to come with punchlines. They're not going to give you bars. That's not what you're going to get from them. But you have other artists that J. Cole falls under the umbrella of that give you those punchlines, give you those metaphors, give you that word play that traditional rappers will give you and what lyricists give you. So falling under that umbrella, under the traditional hip-hop artists, then rap battles are a part of it. Now, I would say for the artists that are trap artists that are not as lyrical, they don't necessarily participate in rap battles because you understand hip-hop was originated in New York City. So the Northern style MC was battle heavy. As hip-hop spread out throughout the United States of America, different styles adopted different things, and it wasn't necessarily as battle heavy. So as it went down into the South and it went down into other areas or went across into other areas, it wasn't as battle heavy. But everything on the East Coast, everything up top, you talking about New York, Philly, DC, and even when you get when you still up north, but you moving to the Midwest and Detroit and Chicago, you still had that battle mentality. You still had that rap battle mentality. So that's an integral part of hip hop, you know, and that can't be taken out. That can't be taken out for nobody. We're not taking that out for nobody. All right. So with that being the case, you know, we were like, yo, what's up, Cole? Because we look at you as one of those lyrical artists, you know, in the same category with a Jadakiss, with a Fabulous, you know, and this is not from best to, you know, I'm not putting them in any type of order. I'm just throwing out lyrical artists. So Jadakiss, Styles P, Fab, Jay-Z, Nas, you know, lyrical artists. And most of the time you see the shift when now most of your lyrical MCs are not necessarily your mainstream MCs. Most of your lyrical MCs, Pusha T, you know, others, they're not necessarily your mainstream artists. Just because you got good bars and you got good wordplay doesn't translate to having a dope song or having a catchy song that the masses are gonna be attracted to. You know, so you had that show in like Gilly career, Pat Pooh's career. They wasn't able to create a song that resonated with the masses. Now, punchline, bar for bar, yeah, they gonna give you that. Cassidy could do that, but Cassidy also did make some commercial joints too. So you got some people that was real versatile. Fab, versatile. Jada, versatile. J.Cole, versatile. Kendrick Lamar, versatile. Drake, versatile. So you got some that can weave in and out of different genres of hip hop. And it's a beautiful thing. So that's what allows you to move yourself up into a status of being one of them ones. That's what allows you to move into a status of being considered one of the greatest, is because you can weave in and out of different genres. It's because you versatile. You can make B-list street music and you can make A-list music for the masses and for the ladies. That's what puts you in the conversation of being one of the greatest. So what we was looking for from J. Cole and Kendrick was to see bar for bar who was really like that. That's all. That's all. There was no background street confrontations or any altercations that would lead us to believe that this was going to go any further than music. There was nothing in the history prior to that would lead us to believe that this was going any further than music. So when you get people expressing that they was worried that it could go further than music, we don't know why. And then when you listen to Cole talk about it, he was saying, well, the streets wanted blood, the people wanted blood. Yeah, on the track, though. That's what we wanted. We wanted it on the music. We wanted it from the music side, not from the street side. We didn't want nobody personally to get hurt. We didn't want any of that. That was not what the intention was. That wasn't even the mindset of the people. That wasn't even the mindset of the people. All right. Now you do have some rap battles that did become street beef, though. You have some rap battles that became street beef, or street beef that was rap battles, or whatever you want to call it. So, of course, you know, the biggest one that everybody knows, everybody references all the time is Tupac and Biggie, which, in my opinion, not only did that became larger, that was larger than hip hop. That became political. That was social. And that transcended hip hop to where, to me, there was political influences that took that out of the realm of music, which tragically ended on both sides, West Coast and East Coast, Biggie and Tupac being killed. So, you know, you have that. That's one of the biggest ones. And then this article, Highs Nobriety, mentions that two, the murders of Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac remain unsolved, but it's been argued on countless occasions that their long-running beef, part of the East Coast West Coast feud, which dominated the heyday of gangster rap, caused their untimely deaths. Okay, so to me, that's a political move that they use to try to blame and try to take the assassinations of Tupac and Biggie that were politically and socially driven and blame it on hip hop. So it was a lot of manipulation that took place on both sides of the spectrum. There was a lot of things that happened within that we don't have time to get into tonight. But this won't that though. Cole and Kendrick was not that. So please don't compare them to that, because that's a false equivalency if you're going to try to compare them to that. Now, the other one that got a little rough was the 50 Cent and Ja Rule. But see, if you understand the context and the backstory with 50 Cent and Ja Rule, 50 Cent and Ja Rule had problems from back in the day because they had rivalries because of them growing up in similar areas. Like, they grew up close to each other. They had similar acquaintances and everything like that. So there was a lot of stuff in the background. They really had personal issues with one another. So it says other beefs have similarly turned dangerous. See the attack of Lil B, Styles P's, comments on Beanie Siegel feud, and of course Cardi B's heel throwing examples, right? But one artist with a stack of feuds under his belt is 50 Cent, whose long rivalries with everyone from Ja Rule still ongoing to former G Unit members have landed him a reputation of one of the most contested men in rap. Okay, so it says they may have squashed the drama, but his beef with the game also turned ugly in 2005. A shootout ensued outside of New York's Hot 97 radio studio after 50 formally kicked him out of the group on air, leaving one person injured. So, right. So we're not talking about 50 in game. We're not talking about, Ja and 50, because you got a lot of stuff in the background. You got a lot of street gangs. You got a lot of just different stuff, street element stuff that's taking place on the back end of that caused that to escalate outside of music. But this, we didn't get no indication of that. We didn't have no vibe that this is what was happening between Kendrick and Cole. So when people try to say, man, we appreciate Cole for doing that because we don't want to continue the cycle of, violence in the black community. What violence? What violence, family? There was no violence. There was no violence that we could see that was going to come from this. This was strictly about the integral parts of hip hop. This was strictly about who was the best. Because when you listen to both of them, rap, they both are speaking like they are one of the greatest. That's how they moving. That's how they positioning themselves. That's how they doing what they doing. So if they saying that they the best, then of course the best gonna end up running into each other one day. And then you gotta go ahead and make sure that you establish who is the best. So that's what a rap battle is about. And that's all that we saying. So we're not taking nothing away from J. Cole's apology, because as a man, if you feel wrong about something that you did, you should apologize. You should address it. You should step out in front of it and handle that business. Nobody saying anything wrong with that. And the fact that he mentioned that he was disturbed, that his spirit was disturbed by what he was seeing, nobody's taking anything away from that as well. The thing about it though is when you in that arena, when you in that occupation, these are occupational hazards that you have to be prepared for, and you have to already have in mind that how you're gonna address them before it take place. J. Cole already understood the fact that there's a possibility that somebody could be coming for his top. And I'm talking about coming for him as the top artist, especially if J. Cole is positioning himself as the top artist. That nobody can mess with him. He write the best rhymes, all that. Go back and check his lyrics. That's what he's saying. So if you rapping like that, best believe somebody else who think they the same is going to have something to say about it. That's all. That's all. So when you in that arena and that's the occupation, then understanding that maybe you don't want to engage, because anybody who's made music, anybody who is a student or fan of hip hop know that hip hop is a contact sport. Hip hop is a contact sport, meaning you're gonna throw shots, you're gonna talk braggadocious, you're gonna talk about how you the best. That's inevitable. So if that's inevitable and you don't want to be a part of those type of situations, then what you do is when that happens, you just step off. You don't even address it. You don't even give it no energy. Because that way, you don't put yourself in this position that compromises the integral foundational principles of hip hop, like what J. Cole did. Because now it's like, are you really like that? Are you really who you think who you say you are in these songs? Like, now you done confused us, Cole. That's all we saying. We confused now, because if K-Dot saying he one of them ones, and you saying you one of them ones, and K-Dot came for you first, because in Cole offense, Cole was trying to big up K-Dot. In the first person shooter, he was bigging up K-Dot. So Kendrick in his response, mostly at Drake. That's another part. It was mostly at Drake. But since you responded, Cole, and you put it out, you already off the porch now. So how do you jump off the porch and then walk it back? You done already took off. It's like in a fight. It's already somebody to punch you. You done punched them back, and y'all rumbling. And then in the middle of that, you like, hold on, wait a minute. Why I don't even want to fight right now. But you done already took off. You can't stop now, because now that gives the other person what? The advantage. And they gonna come get on you if you're not fully engaged in what's going on. So that's what we looking at with this J. Cole and K-Dot situation. You see what I'm saying? So the best thing for brother J. Cole to have done was to not engage, especially if he was feeling like this as he was writing the rap. He wasn't feeling it. He mentioned the fact that he didn't really have no beef. He didn't really have no problem with K-Dot like that. So if you knew all of that before you released the record, you should have told everybody, like, look, bro, I'm not even feeling this joint. And if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to engage, because I'm not going to be able to put my best foot forward. So with that being the case, I'm not even going to put the record out. We just going to keep it pushing. And me and Drake going to continue to do what we do and perform that first person shooter joint. Because now Kendrick done put out what he put out, and he probably going to come out with something else. And it's going to be like, now you and Drake got to perform the first person shooter. You bigging up Cole. You bigging up Kendrick. And it just sets the whole dynamic off. And it make J. Cole, it's got Cole looking like, all right, bro, you put out an image that had us believing that you was one of the top tier lyricists, but you're not actually living up to the top tier lyricism and what's expected of the artists that do that. You feel me? So that's all it was. That's all it was, family. We wasn't looking for blood. We wasn't looking for Biggie and Tupac. We wasn't expecting the Ja Rule and 50 Cent or 50 Cent and Game. We weren't expecting none of that. Nothing to boil out in the streets, or K-Dot and J. Cole to see each other in the streets and want to do any harm to one another. None of that. Because that wasn't even the case, to my knowledge, with Drake and Meek. Right? And Drake destroyed Meek. So see what happens when you engage and you're not fully engaged, then it's almost like career suicide. Now, Meek can still put out good music, but you can never look at Meek as like that fierce battle rapper that he was before he got into it with Drake, because what Drake did, bro, it was like Meek couldn't even respond after that. But he tried. He tried, you know? But these are the type of things that happen in hip hop, bro. And it's just inherent, especially when you're dealing with artists like a Meek Mill, like a Beanie Siegel, like a Freeway, like a Cassidy. You're going to have the situations going on. You feel me? So that's what we wanted to address that. I got to get ready to roll. All right, family? So we just wanted to come and just give that perspective on with J. Cole and apology to Kendrick, and what we was looking for from a hip hop perspective, what we was looking for as fans of hip hop, those who study it, those who participated in it, those who appreciate it. We wanted to tell brother J. Cole, come on, bro, that we can't let that rock. Now, like I said before, on man principles and addressing issues, that's a totally different thing. And J. Cole is well within his right to do that and handle his business how he handled his business. But when we talking about, especially if you hadn't, like now, say if Kendrick had did something to him personally, disrespected him, or Cole had disrespected Kendrick personally, did something to him, then that'd be something different, because then you can weave in the fact that, yeah, I should apologize because now it's gone beyond the music. But we strictly talking about just the music, bro. Kendrick put out music, you put out music. We are in bounds to continue the back and forth to establish the dominance. So that's all. That's it, and that's all, family. I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Like I said, I got to get ready to roll, so we're not going to be long tonight. But again, check us out Thursday. We'll be back with another show this Thursday. For those who want to become a part of the community, you can text the word STC Podcast to 888-294-2793. Again, that is the STC Podcast, 888-294-2793. They're scrolling at the bottom, so you can become a part of our community. Make sure you tap in. We're going to have our private community set up on Thursday, so you'll be able to give us feedback as we read our book. And then Saturday, we got a special show because I had the opportunity to interview one of my homegirls from the tech industry that made the transition, and she's going to be talking to us about why that's so important and the opportunities that exist within the tech industry for those who want to get their bag up. So you don't want to miss that. That's coming this upcoming Saturday. And man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate all of the family that tapped in via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure y'all share this out. And man, let's keep it growing. Let's keep everything growing. I appreciate you for tuning in. And this is another episode of Shifting the Culture Podcast. I'm your host, Brother King Cam. Let's go.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
You know. Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like